gotta say action.
Action. Wait, pins. Okay. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Ivan here, CrossFit ATI. Welcome to my channel, and I'm here with Dale.
Hello.
And we just finished 19.2, and we're going to kind of talk about it and see if we can give you guys a few tips. And then after that, we're going to continue with talking about Dale and kind of his story and kind of just what he's up to and stuff like that. This podcast episode 2 today. So how was it working?
Yeah, it's fun. The Open's always fun.
That was hard, dude. My legs are still hurting.
Yeah, but they never go as you plan when you go into it. But, it's the second time we've done it, and it brought back some memories of 2016.
I don't remember this being that hard, though.
No?
No.
Well, you went quite a bit farther this time.
I did got last year I got, what did I get? You said it was, I can't remember the reps, but it was, I finished at 225, right?
No, not quite. I think you got 8 or 9 at 225.
Okay. I remember my legs were like killing me last time we did it.
Yeah.
It was hard. But
I got the same exact score as I did 3 years ago.
Same exact score?
Same exact score.
What is that?
I got 4 reps at 185.
Okay.
Which is, being realistic, that's probably about what I should expect. I mean, my 1 rep max is right around 210. So after all that work and doing the first 15 at 135, it didn't feel heavy, but it still taxed me.
Yeah.
So when I went to pick the bar up at 185, it felt like.
How much time you had left on the clock with the when you started the cleans?
I got to the bar at 185 at about 6:30, so I had a minute and a half.
Okay.
To start the heavier cleans for me.
Okay. You were going with me, so I don't know if you saw it, but I finished my double unders, and then I got to the 275. I got 3 reps. I failed 2.
Yeah.
I failed my very first one. I felt freaking heavy. And then I got 2, and then I failed my 4 that gets attempt, 4 try, and then I got 1 more after that.
Yeah.
But I think I had I want to say didn't I have 90 seconds a minute? Maybe 2 minutes?
Yeah, about a minute and a half.
A minute and a half?
Yeah.
Which I think that for a minute and a half, 275, a minute and a half was quite a bit. It was it was
heavy.
A lot of reps for that little time. My quads were burning for sure. Having a hard time pulling the bar off the ground, but it was good. Now my biggest problem today was the toasted bar. Oh man, I told myself, and I'm pretty good at pacing myself through the whole workouts, and I'm really good. You've seen it before, it looks like I'm starting really slow, and then I'm keep going and never slow down, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty good at pacing workouts, even more when I know they're going to be kind of longer, on the longer right side. But for some reason, I had such a hard time this time. I did my toasted bar, and I did 15, drop, and 10. Super easy, but I was like, I'm going to be smart and kind of break them up, right? And then went to my unbroken double unders, went through my 135, 1 singles from the beginning. Even though I can go dump and go, I just didn't want to get my body too tired holding that barbell. Yeah. Then go back to the toasted bar. I did again 15 and 10, unbroken, and then 185. I did singles again, no problem. Started getting fatigue. I go back to the bar, and then I started breaking them up. I started breaking them up more I remember it was 6, and then 3. It was bad. That was a bad set. Then I did my unbroken double unders. Finished my 225 singles. It was hard.
Yeah.
And then by the time I got to my 4th set of toasted bar, singles all the way through. I went up there, hang from the bar, failed my first rep. I didn't touch the pull bar with my toes. Yeah. And normally I'm pretty good at those. I'm not the best, but I'm pretty decent. And then I missed the bar. And then I was like, that's it. If I keep trying, I'm going to keep missing. I'm going to just go singles. So I did jump up there, kip, 1, drop, turn around, and back and forth for the whole 25 reps. And even though it seems like it was really slow, that actually wasn't that bad at all.
No. I was surprised. My strategy was to not knock myself out on the total bars. I mean, the gymnastic movements, I'm pretty good at the gymnastics. The heavy weight is where I struggle. Yeah. So I was telling myself, don't knock yourself out on the toes to bars. Be patient. Take it slow. So I came out of the gate and did 10, 10, 5. Okay. Which was hard because it wasn't hard because physically, mentally, the first 10 felt so easy. Yeah, exactly. And I was just in such a rhythm, and I wanted to keep going. And I thought, nope, let go, drop off the bar, get up there again pretty quick, do another 10. And even then, I was like, just finish it out. Go 10, 15 and finish it out. And I was like, no, stick to the plan. And so I did 10, 10, 5. and then got to the rope and did the double unders. Those were pretty easy.
Yeah.
I think I finished that total bars and double unders in about a minute and a half or so. But then the second time set of double unders, I was going to go like 8, 7, 5, 5.
Yeah.
And I went 8, 6, no rep. So I was like, uh-oh, these got hard pretty quick.
Totally.
And so I finished that last round of total bars as singles. And I was surprised how easy the singles felt. Like if you could just do one, one drop, I felt like I could do that all day.
I did my 4 set, right? And I was okay, I can't do any more. I have to do singles. And I thought it was going to slow me down a ton. But it was actually almost kind of a break.
Yeah.
I was able to continue moving and it wasn't feel like it was killing me. And I almost feel like that actually saved me some energy. So when I got to the barbell, to that 275, that for me was freaking heavy because my max is 325. But that's like, you know, on a good day, fresh, preparing, willed up, resting in between a lot, right? So 275 after all the work for me is like really, really heavy, right? And that didn't do a lot. 2016, I did not do that on I didn't get to 275.
Yeah.
So I knew that getting to 275 I was like, oh my God, it's going to be really heavy. Maybe I don't get any reps. But I think that doing the toes to bar singles on the last one, it almost kind of allowed me to recover and be able to hit a few reps at 275.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting, right? So Dale, you're a master's athlete. You're in what was your category?
Just turned 50.
So turn 50. So that's what, 46 to 50?
No, 50 to 55.
50, 50 to 54. Okay, 50 to 54, right? And your prescribes are still the same.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing changes.
It changes at 55. So I'm like that last category where it's that heavier weight.
So, and I'm just the open. I'm 28, right? So I'm on that open category from 18 to 34. No, 30, right? 34?
34.
I'm really bad at this. 34. All right, so this is really interesting. So even though we do the same weight, but even though I'm in a open category, right? I'm, I guess, a little more advanced athlete, right? Because I'm, whatever.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like approaching the workout almost the same way, it was the way to go for both of us, right?
Yeah.
So even though I can probably hang on a little longer, I went for farther, I went, with more time and lift heavy weight and got farther on the workout, I feel like it was still smart, or would have been smarter for both of us to maybe even break it down from the beginning a little more. Even more patient.
Yeah.
I looked at the clock. I remember on the first, after I finished the first round, I'm like, I'm going way too fast. And I thought I was going to I was going slow.
Yeah.
At first I was like, oh my God, I'm going too slow. But then I finished and I realized, oh my God, I finished my whole 2 first rounds, 25, 50, 15, 25, 50, 13.
Yeah.
And I had like over 2 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, you had a lot of time left.
Over 2 minutes. I knew that I was like, oh man, that was way too fast.
See, I only had a minute and a half left when I got to the 185.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I broke those total bars up even earlier, singles the whole way, but went tap and go on the first 135 squat cleans, maybe picked up the pace on the squat cleans, spent less time at that bar and more time at the pull-up bar, if maybe I could have squeaked out a little more time and a couple of more reps. But
oh well, we did it. We had a good time.
Yeah, you can always second guess yourself, but it's fun to play the game and strategize, and of course do your best.
So if you're watching this and you're going to do the workout, hopefully a little bit of stuff that we talked about helps you a little bit to be able to just kind of approach the workout a little better and be a little more efficient at it. But definitely, I don't think it matters really much the level. Pace yourself to the whole workout, right? Just make sure you approach it as a kind of fairly long AMRAP, and then just be smart with your sets at the beginning. I think small sets for every single athlete will probably help. It doesn't matter if you're like, a beginner or an advanced athlete. I think it's going to definitely help you to be able to keep moving. Because at the end of the day, that's going to allow you to be able to get to that barbell. And then the barbell is going to determine if you're going to move on or not. Yeah. Right? If you can lift it, then you'll get it done and you move on. But if you can't, then it doesn't matter. But, pacing yourself, it gives you the chance to be able to get that barbell off the ground. Because if you go too hard, then you won't.
Assuming you got total bars and double unders, this is a barbell workout.
Yeah, totally.
Right? It's just all about being at that weight.
Totally, yeah. Cool. All right, so moving on with you. We have a little bit of time, so why don't we talk about you?
Sure.
Okay, so for people that don't know you out there, just real quick, who you are, when did you start doing CrossFit? And
yeah, so I walked into the gym here. It's been about 5 years ago in November.
Okay. 5 years, really?
Yeah, I know. Crazy. I can't believe it.
Time flies.
It does. I'd been a runner and always tried to stay in shape through my earlier 40s or so, and probably had a window of 10 years or so where I was, raising kids and building a career, and didn't do a lot athletically. But prior to that, I was, pick up basketball and weightlifting and stuff, stay active in my 20s. Then I turned 40 and went in for my checkup and kind of got a little reality check. The doctor was like, hey, your blood pressure's high and your cholesterol's pretty high. And I'd never really been overweight or anything. It was just kind of a genetic thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of scared me. I was like, I don't want to be on drugs for the rest of my life, right? Once you start those things, it feels like you can't stop.
I think it's crazy how, I don't think people realize that, if you're fairly healthy, right, and you're active like you were, right, you don't really go to the doctor. You're like, I don't need to, right?
Never thought twice about it.
You're like, oh, I'm, fairly healthy. I eat good, whatever. But it's really common to people, go and look at the numbers and realize it's almost like a reality check. Oh my God, I thought it was, just fine, right?
And at 40, you feel young. You're like,
exactly. I mean, it is young.
You're young 40, for this, right?
40 is super young, right? I mean, I think that you don't really. I don't feel like you really get old or age until you're 80, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, through your years, it's 40, 50, 60. I mean, you're still really young. You shouldn't have any problems, right? But I think that a lot of people don't realize that. I think that, even though you might be active and you might, fairly work out and stay active, run, cycle, whatever you do, a little bit of weightlifting, I think nutrition plays a big part of it. Was it your nutrition the problem? Or?
No, I think it was more the conditioning. I think for whatever reason, one is I'm a big believer in the programming. I mean, it just works. And
you mean I
would go run 15 to 20 miles a week. So I was on the trail for quite a bit. My ankles would start to hurt, my knees would get sore, and my hips would get sore, and those would hurt. And it was boring, to be honest. I mean, to go for a 6 to 10 mile run on the weekends, it gets monotonous.
Yeah.
And I remember walking in here the first time, and it was a little intimidating, right? The music's blaring and barbells are flying around everywhere, and people are swinging off of rings, and you're like, "Oh
jungle
man,
jam.
there's no way.
Yeah,
there is no way I'm going to tackle that." But I walked in, and I'll never forget my first workout. I fell in love with it instantly, and my first workout was Fran, which is the 20.
Did you do that with Rich? We have Rich here.
Yeah,
I remember that.
21, 15, 9.
I think I was watching
thrusters, pull-ups. I did it at 65 pounds, and it took me over 9.5 minutes.
You know what's funny? So I remember that day, you did the workout, and I remember you were a new member, right? Me running the business here, right? New guy comes in to work out. Fran is programmed for the day. I was like, oh shit.
And I was a wreck. In fact, if I recall, you sat me down and you're like, you got to sit there for 20 minutes before you drive home. I didn't let you go.
That's right.
I'm not going to let you drive home.
That's right. I remember that.
And I got home and collapsed on the floor, and the kids were like, do we need to call the doctor?
This is what I think is really interesting. So, because this happened to me when I started doing CrossFit too, long time ago now, but I feel like it's the way we try to program where, you come in and we can scale for new people, right? And we can scale. And I'm sure you scale it down. You didn't even do 95. Probably did what, 75, 65, maybe even whatever?
65 pounds the first time.
Yeah, and then probably scale down the pull-ups and everything. But still, we know that a workout like that, at that intensity, that volume, if you're not used to it, it's gonna crush you down.
It's just different.
Yeah, exactly. So
and I thought I was in good shape, right? I was training for a half marathon at the time. I could do this, no problem. I'm in good shape, right? It's just different.
What I think is really cool is what happened after, right? So you did the workout, you realize, oh my God, I thought I was in shape. This kicked my ass, right?
Yeah.
I have to go back. I have to go back and do it again.
I was back the next day.
So at the end of the day, I talk to people all the time. We talk about how a workout should not be easy, right? If you go to the gym, you should leave the gym fatigued, sweaty, and ready for a meal. Something like that. If you go to the gym and you feel like you didn't do anything, you're wasting your time, right?
Yeah.
I think you got to be smart. In terms of you work out, you got to make sure that you recover as you go. You don't want to, kill yourself every day, because then your recovery is not gonna catch up, and you don't improve on this anymore, right?
Yeah.
But you definitely want to make sure that you push when you go. You can't just go and jump on the treadmill and walk around for a little bit and that's it, right?
Yeah, and physically it works, right? It's hard, and physically it works. Because it's different, and you're always changing it up, and it's very intense, right? But mentally, it feels different than anything I'd ever done too. Because you could finish Fran today, I'd probably do in 3.5 minutes or less, right? But whatever the workout is, they're all hard, right? Really hard. And when you're done, you feel like this incredible sense of accomplishment,
Yeah.
right? Like, wow, it was really hard. And I was really like, gave it my all, right? And it feels good. It feels different than if I say, I'm going to go for a 6-mile run, because a 6-mile run can be challenging too,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
You can push yourself.
Yeah, of course.
But when you're done, it doesn't
It's a
feel the
different
same.
feeling. Yeah, I mean, I've done a big run, and I mean, I feel like, oh, it feels good. I run and everything, but there's something about like just the the clock, 3, 2, 1, go, and the community around it, and like I accomplished something that I never thought I was going to be able to do, or maybe I wasn't as good as before, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just something about that. And you know what? I think that at the end of the day, right? And I wanted to ask you this question too. Is you're into CrossFit now. It's been you said 5 years now,
Yeah,
5+, right? And of course, you're like me, got obsessed with it and love it. That's the only thing, not the only thing that we do, because I just signed up for a triathlon. I'm trying to do more stuff, but we're passionate about it, right? So what do you think that, or how did your training, not necessarily CrossFit, because I think that people can get in shape doing anything else, right? As long as you stick to a routine, you make sure it's challenging, you put yourself, you can definitely improve your fitness and health.
Yeah.
Even if you do like P90X at home, if you stick to it and you're consistent, you can totally improve, right?
Yeah.
Now, how do you think that your change on your fitness 5 years ago till now, right? Did it improve anything else around it? Like, was it just your physique and your health, or do you feel like work or home with the kids? I mean,
yeah, no, that's such the big answer, right? Like, it affects a lot of things. Certainly the physical aspect, right? Like, I feel better, I feel stronger, I feel more confident. But I think one of the biggest thing is just psychologically, right? When you're in the middle of a workout and you don't know if you can pick that bar up again, right? And it hurts. And the last thing you want to do is do 5 more reps, right? Or push it for another 45 seconds, when 45 seconds feels like an eternity.
Oh, totally. Yeah, definitely.
But you do it, right? Yeah. And for me, what that's doing is it's training my mind to overcome pain and adversity. And like, now I can do it. Like, and I can transfer that into work. Like, how am I the most successful at work? Doing everything that nobody else wants to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? There's 45 seconds left on the clock, and I know I want to squeak out 10 more reps. That means I got to pick it up when it hurts, right? If I can shift that over to other areas of my life and go, I'd rather not do this, or I'd rather not tackle this, and nobody else wants to do it either. That's the differentiator, right? So it's not just physical and the health aspect. It's preparing your mind. I think you have to practice to be good. Yeah. And this is great practice to train your mind to overcome obstacles.
I agree. Yeah. There's a big saying, right, that says, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it's so true, right? Yeah. Life is not easy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And we've been friends for a long time, and we had some conversations where like life is not easy, work, relationships, business, whatever it is, right? Life is going to throw you left and right, up and down, and it's going to hold you underwater, and you can't breathe sometimes. Yeah. And like, if you're prepared and you're used to be on, I'm not used to, but if you're prepared and you know how to handle being uncomfortable, I think that you can actually overcome things that most people can't, or most people wouldn't even think about. Like, they'll just give up, right? They'll just, no, can't do this, done, I'm going to move on, right? I think that, I don't know if it's just me or CrossFit or whatever it is, but I think that, just being able to stick to like working out and try to stay healthy and everything, and go through like tough workouts and go through like, maybe nutrition programs through the year where like they're a little challenging, but I know they're good for me and they create good habits. All this discipline, right, through the years have made not just my fitness, but everything else better.
Carries through to everything you do.
Definitely. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. So is there anything that you will want to suggest for viewers, maybe any tips or any like personal experience or whatever you think that maybe something really changed your life, or maybe something you realized that, I did this, it didn't work, maybe whatever it is?
Kind of. I think so. You hear this term like, it's a lifestyle change, right? Like diets, or you can go on a diet, or you could go on this workout routine for a while. And they work, but it's like, I'm going to do this 6-week diet, right? And then at the end of 6 weeks, it's over and you're back to eating beer and drinking beer and eating pizza, right? Every night or whatever. And for me, it became a lifestyle change. And what I realized, or the way I think about it, is like if somebody gave you a gift, right? And this gift, it's a one of a kind, right? You can't buy it. It's priceless. And it's the most precious thing anybody could ever give you.
Yeah.
And this specific gift, the more you use it, the more it can do, right? So if you put it up on the shelf, right? Yeah, it's a great gift, but it could be better if you took it off the shelf and you used it every day.
Yeah.
Right. And to me, that gift is my body. Right. So the way I think of it is I'm not going to put this body that's a gift to me up on the shelf. I take it off the shelf every single day.
Just make it better.
And I use it every single day.
Improve.
And every day it gets a little bit better, whether it's psychologically, emotionally, physically, my heart rate, my cholesterol, my blood pressure. Every day it gets better. And that's extremely rewarding. So for me,
awesome.
That's the lifestyle change. It wasn't like I'm going to make a change or I'm going to go do this new workout regime or anything. No, man, I'm excited about it. Like I can't wait to take that gift off the shelf and go, man, I really appreciate this. And I'm going to go use it again today and I'm going to get better.
I love that. That's great. I think you said it like, you couldn't say it better than that. That was awesome. That's good. Great.
And the community makes it easy, right? It's fun to come here.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think, we do CrossFit, but I don't think CrossFit is for everybody, to be honest with you, right? I think it's great, and I think it help everybody out there. You can just benefit from it too, but I think that there's a lot of things that you can do to get you in shape. No matter what, find what's for you. Find what's going to change your life in a positive way. Life is not easy. You have to overcome things, but as long as you stay motivated and keep pushing and, be productive every day, make sure you do something that's going to make you better. If it doesn't improve your life or your health or your fitness or, your relationship, whatever it is, don't do it, right? If it's good for you, all over it. If it's not,
you got to enjoy it or you're not going to do it.
Exactly.
Right? So find something you're passionate about and do it, but use it.
Sweet. Awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. We're going to put a link on Dale's Instagram so you can find him over there. He has some pretty cool stuff on Instagram. You guys can follow him through his workouts and some other cool stuff. And then we'll probably have you over again one of these days.
We'll see you in the box.
Sweet.
Yep.
Thanks, man. Take it easy.